Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you have seen the thumbnail title, then you know that I'll be turning Pokemon into Wings of Fire Dragons. This isn't an official series since there are over 1,000 Pokemon, so instead I'm just gonna do one video for fun. Before we start, I'll be going over the rules. Rule 1, I can't copy someone's art, which is pretty obvious. Rule 2, dragons must be a WoF tribe. It can be a hybrid. And Rule 3, the dragon must have at least 2 or more features of the Pokemon. With that said, the rest of the video is not scripted, so please excuse any stuttering that might happen during the video. Anyways, let the challenge begin. The first one I'm going to be doing for the Pokemon is going to be Groudon. Groudon's appearance seems to be very bulky and looks like he's made out of lava. So for this twist, I decided to make it into a Mudwing because Mudwings are very bulky and buff, which really fits Groudon's appearance. I tried to add the weird horns on the head of the Mudwing because Groudon has it on his head. Since I need to put like more than like 2 features, and I decided to put the weird what's it called? The weird rectangle patterns, which is shown on his reference too. But I've seen other images on Google where he looks very different. I don't know what kind of Groudon this is. Maybe it's a primal. I think that's what it was called, but I don't know what kind of Groudon this is. But it was in the wiki, so I'm gonna use it. Groudon also has like long claws, so I decided to make them bigger than a Mudwing's, although I don't think I successfully did it, so it's not that big of a difference. Here I was struggling with the lava marks because if the dark color, wasn't gonna look very bright, so I had to make it even brighter. And I was also struggling with that sign on his thigh, reminds me of a cutie mark for some reason, to make a Groudon resemblance. And now here I'm coloring the lines. I decided to color the lines because it seems more neat that way than to have black lines. I'm gonna be doing that for the other 2 Pokemons that I'm going to be doing. While I was coloring the lines, I was trying not to make it mixed up with the spikes and the stomach, because there's like dark gray to dark red and to dark yellow, so that was hard. And then I decided to do the wings. I was going to attach it to Groudon as a Mudwing, but it was just too big, I guess, and I just wanted to leave the reference there for the wings. And here I decided to put the color palettes. The top section is most likely inside the color, and the one in the bottom is the line color. And that's pretty much it for this speed paint. The next Pokemon I'm going to be doing is Latias. Apparently Latias is a rare Pokemon, so that's very nice to do. And she has a really good design, so I decided to do that. I was just searching up Pokemon to look for any ideas, and she just popped up, or whatever, this Pokemon just popped up. And here I decided to add the dress, although before it was different, she didn't have a dress. But I changed it into a dress because Latias was basically wearing some sort of dress. So I decided to add it there. There was another draft, like 2 drafts before this speed paint, but I was just struggling and I gave up and I decided to just mind my own business around here. And Latias wears some sort of pants. I guess Pokemon wear pants now. And I decided to add it on just the Silkwing's front legs, not the back legs. I just felt like doing that. So I hope that isn't very bad. I decided to make it a silk wing also because of the wings and because of Latias' fluffy ears, which I turned into antennas. Into a antenna. And then while I was doing this, I realized that the skills, I don't know. Never mind, just forget that part. But like before I was aiming more for a beetle wing, which is why you saw a picture of a beetle wing popping up, but it just looked mostly like a silk wing, so I'm just gonna say that, even though the silk wing's underskills don't really look like how I drew them, which is more based off of a beetle wing. This isn't really a hybrid, but you can think it's a hybrid if you want, since I was basically just struggling around here and there. I was also struggling with coloring the lines. I don't know why, I just wanted to find a darker color, but I just left it with how it was around here. And then now I am coloring the lines of the legs. I was thinking of making the wings transparent, but I was just struggling and I just gave up on that. So it's not going to be transparent no more. And then I'm starting the shading part of the process. So that was fun. I was having a headache though because I was at an airplane. And then once again, the colors of the lines are at the bottom, and the colors really in reality is going to be at the top, so that's why they're lighter. The third and last Pokemon that I'm going to be doing is Milotic. Milotic is apparently, quote, ugly in their first stage, which is Feebas, but then when they evolve, they turn into Milotic, which turns out to be the prettiest Pokemon in the whole world. Here, before, I made her body thicker because I wanted to like lean towards the Silkwing and Seawing hybrid, but Milotic is very thin and long, so I decided to lean towards the Silkwing body type. I did add the glowing patterns though, and the gills to like leave a sealing mark on it since Milotic is a water type after all. I was struggling a little bit with the tail patterns here because it was like weird and all. It doesn't show it in the speed paint, but that was what was actually happening. And then the eyebrows, which used to be smaller as you've seen in the sketch, I tried to make them even bigger. Another feature that I also added was the forehead horn on top of her head. So that's another feature added on there. And then for the front legs and all that stuff, I had a Silkwing body type. So I decided to make the tail longer because I thought that the body type was too short. Around here, I made the head darker, but it didn't fit right, so I decided to make it pink again. And her extra horn was actually the skin color, which is shown in Milotic. And here I am shading, which was not too difficult. I was messing around with it earlier. And Milotic had a very determination face, so I decided to add that there, and I had to add the scar. I decided to make the wings pink because it fitted better, but it didn't felt too right because there was barely any blue. Like, I felt like there needed to be more blue, so I added a fade of it in there. And I made her glow patterns also glowing, obviously. So it appears to be brighter, but it's actually darker than that. And that's all for the speed paint right here. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the speed paint of the 3 Pokemon I decided to do. If you like this, then awesome. That's great. This is a challenge and I want to see you guys do this. What Pokemon will you be doing and how will you transform them to make them into a Wings of Fire dragon? I can't wait to actually see what you guys decide to do if you do decide to do this challenge. I think it's an awesome challenge, I'm so sorry, because these challenges are very good with designs, so you can get ideas and all that thing. So it's a really good learning experience, especially because you're having fun also, so that's also a good combination. Anyways, I hope you can subscribe and like the video if you want. But I hope you still stick around. I'll see you next time in the next video, so have a nice day or night. Goodbye.